I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Southside High School in Southside, Alabama. I'm joined by head boys basketball coach, Coach Chad Holderfield. And, you know, Coach, for you, 7th year here as a head coach, but you've been here for a while, you know, and you had experience as an assistant before and you know, being a part of the school. And kind of want to start there. When you took over the head job, having already been here and not having to establish new relationships with the staff, with your players, with things like that, how easy did that make that transition for you in taking over the job here?
It was really, honestly, a prayer answered, a dream come true. You know, I say this a lot, and everybody kind of rolls their eyes at me when I say it, but I'm honestly a person that can sit here and say that I'm working my dream job. You know, I dreamed about the opportunity to be a school teacher and be a basketball coach and being in a community that I loved and wanted to live in and wanted to raise my family in, and I've gotten that. So it's just been fantastic. We have a great administration here. It's a great school system, a great school, great kids. It's a blessing.
You know, I was telling you earlier, growing up, we always came through here, and I remember the old high school, and now having this new high school over here, how much better has that made everything for you outside of basketball, but as a teacher as well, and having this new place to be
yeah,
at?
the facilities are fantastic. My first year teaching here, at Christmas, we were in the old building before Christmas, and we moved into the new building after Christmas, and it's nice. It's really nice. It's great to have for our classrooms and our to have the auditorium, have the library, have everything that we have. It's a really good spot for our kids.
You know, being here 7 years as the head coach now, you've kind of had the time. It's your program. You've established, you know, what you want from top to bottom, and kind of how do you feel about, you know, what you've been able to establish here and you know, really the direction that you feel like your program is going
more than anything else, you know, we're high school teachers and high school coaches. I think more than winning ball games and more than that, I think the responsibility that we have as teachers and as coaches is to have an impact upon our kids, is to set it, you know, help them to build some memories that they're going to take with them for the rest of their lives, help them to be a part of a team that hopefully they'll have friendships for the rest of their lives. But just, you know, to set a good example for them, to help to influence them, help to try to guide them in the right direction. And we care about that a lot. Really, honestly, even more than winning ball games. That's what we really care about here. And we have a great staff, across the board, great coaching staffs in every sport. The guys that help me, you know, from top to bottom, from our youth programs to our middle school to our high school coaches, all across the board in every sport. Sports is fantastic people. So it's just a joy to be around people that honestly care about their community and care about their school and want to see our kids succeed beyond just these walls. It's a great thing.
Tell me about this year's team. You know, how do you feel about how this year has gone and really how this team's kind of been able to develop as the year's gone?
We knew coming into the year we had a good summer. It's a group of guys that are just good kids, great kids, all pretty good friends. They're very committed. You know, they're the kind of guys that every time you open the doors, you know, whether it be summer workouts or whatever, you know, they want to be in the gym, they want to be here, they want to be working, they enjoy being around each other. So we knew just with that it was going to be a fun bunch of guys to coach. And there's a lot of talent, a lot of potential. It's a good basketball group. So we knew that we would have a good chance to be a good basketball team, and it's been that. You know, basketball season's a marathon, and we've had, just like everybody else, we've had our good days and we've had our bad days. But we're really, you know, going into the stretch run of our season here, post Christmas. This stretch run here is really important to us. We're really in a good position. We're in a 3-way tie for our area, with a couple more area games left to play, and we've had a good record. We've won some ball games, beat some good teams, and so we're just excited to see what this next month's going to bring for us.
You know, I ask every coach this because I like to kind of find out what they do. But, you know, we talked about with area games, you know, there's not many of them. They're the ones that count. They help set you up for the area tournament. What's kind of your message when area games roll around on telling the guys, you know, hey, those other games matter, but these now are the ones that, you know, they count?
Well, everything before Christmas, you know, even up to our tournaments we played before and after Christmas, you know, you want to win, but it's really just about getting better. You know, you hit that stretch, football's over, and you get started and you get going, and it takes some time for your guys. This has been a great chemistry group. I mean, they're just, like I said, they're all good friends, and so the chemistry was already really kind of there. Some years it takes a little bit of time to build the togetherness of the group. It hasn't been as hard this year with this group of guys to get that done. But you know, it's at the end of the day, you know, this stretch here, we had an area game Tuesday night, we have an area game tomorrow night. We have our Etowah County tournament next week, and then we have another area game the next week. It's a really important stretch to our season, but you also kind of have to keep a fairly even-keeled approach to everything. You don't want them to be too tight and too high, and because basketball's a tournament sport. At the end of the day, you get in that area tournament, you win a game, you're in a sub-regional, you win another game, you're an area champion. And so, we want to prepare ourselves as much as we can for those games. Definitely winning those games will help us in seeding and give us a better opportunity. But it's at the end of the day, every single day is just about let's try to get a little better. Let's try to get a little better.
We talked about the Etowah tournament before we started with this. You guys are hosting it. Winning that and kind of establishing yourselves as the best team in Etowah County, how important is that? It
is. It's we definitely value our area games and the chance to make a sub-regional, be in the playoffs, and that's if talking about winning, that's our biggest priority. But the Etowah County tournament, there's a lot of tradition. A lot of people love it. And the fact that it's here is special because it's on campus and we get to play in our gym, and it's a great memory. I'm an Etowah County product. I went to high school at Sardis High School, so I can remember playing in the Etowah County tournament. I have a 13-year-old son that's on our 7th grade team. I got to watch him play in his first Etowah County tournament game last week. So, it's a special memory, and it means a lot. And to have, bragging rights. We have some good teams in Etowah County. Hoax Bluff's dominated it for the last few years. Glencoe's had some good teams. Gaston, Sardis, West End have all had good teams over the years, and to have that opportunity to have us all in one gym and be able to watch each other play and watch our other teams play, our girls teams and our JV teams play, it's a real fun experience. And it's having the opportunity to play for a championship and win it, it's a special memory.
And do you kind of use that tournament and the other tournaments you play in, but as an example of what the area tournament's going to be like and the way to treat that tournament?
Coming off Christmas, we played in a pre-Christmas tournament at Pelham and saw some really good competition. We played in a post-Christmas tournament at Gadsden City, and then this coming next week, it's a great chance to prepare yourself for, hey, listen, we're going to play a team, and then we're going to have a one-day turnaround, then we're going to have to play somebody else. So you really have to be tight with your preparation and your scouting reports and watching film and making sure your team is ready, because you don't have 2 or 3 days to prepare for somebody. It's a pretty quick turnaround. So it's definitely that feeling. Plus also, it's some of your regular season games, you don't have the crowd that you'll have at that tournament atmosphere. So it's good for the guys to get some experience in being in a crowded gym with a very passionate fan base for both schools, really cheering their schools on. That's really what high school sports is about. It's about the community supporting their schools, and so for them to be in that experience, I think will definitely prepare them going forward for our area tournament.
One of the things that Chris talked about was that he had a good game last week, but y'all have had other guys that have had really good games, and when you have multiple guys that can score and that you can count on, how much easier does that make your job trying to coach the offensive side of the ball, knowing that, well, maybe if this guy's having a bad night, this one can have a good night, and you can lean on more than just one guy.
This is a talented group of guys. We have 10 guys on our team, and all 10 of them can play meaningful minutes. All 10 of them have had great stretches throughout the year where I felt like that what that kid did changed the complexion of the ball game. So, Chris is a fantastic basketball player. He's got a bright future in basketball ahead of him. And he's had a great year, and we've had several other guys step up and do the same thing. Colton Morrison's had a great year. Tommy Simmons and Jordan Grantland's kind of our glue guy, and then you got guys like Michael Rich, who played football for us, quarterback, came back to play basketball this year. Just all 10 of them they're just a joy to be around, and we're at our best when there's no, it's not a selfish group anyway. But we're at our best when all of them are just kind of feeding off each other and trusting each other and playing together and moving the ball, and it's fun to be around.
What would you say is one area that you kind of feel like you do need to improve on going in the area tournament and potentially the postseason, that you're not going to be able to make a run at it without being able to get better here?
It's not basketball as much as it is just being able to handle some adversity. In every game you go through stretches where other teams make runs, and just being able to bounce back, refocus ourselves. We've got some good leadership on this team. So, having guys grab each other and settle each other down, and just being able to deal with, basketball is such a run sport. You'll play a 2-minute stretch in a ball game and everything will be fine, and then somebody will go on a 5-0 run, 6-0 run, and crowd gets into things, and just being able to handle those moments. We had a game where we had some experience with that Tuesday night, and went back and watched film and hopefully learned from some stretches like that. I think more than anything else, if we can handle our effort, if we can handle our togetherness, if we can handle our toughness, if we can handle those things, I think our basketball is good enough.
Coach, thanks for taking time to sit down with me.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes,
Come
sir.
back anytime.
Yeah, good luck to you guys going through the rest of the year. Good luck in the tournament next week. I know it's important to all y'all, and looking forward to seeing how the season ends up shaping up.
Thank you very much.